Alright y'all, today we are going to be making some sourdough pretzel bites. For this we got some brown sugar, we got egg, butter, flour, star of the show, the sourdough starter, some sea salt, of course, some yeast, and some baking soda. But before we get to baking, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you want to learn a new recipe every week, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to baking. Alright y'all, so you can do this by hand. I'm going to use my stand mixer with the dough hook, because why not? Make life simple. We're going to take a cup of water, then we're going to take 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of our yeast. I'm just going to take and get that sugar and that yeast mixed up real quick. Then we're going to take 3/4 of a cup of our starter. Now we're going to go ahead and just get this mixed up a little bit. Then we're going to take 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 1.5 teaspoons of our salt. Now we're going to go ahead and add in 4 cups of flour. Then we're going to let this knead for about 4 to 5 minutes once it all comes together. So once we can pull it apart and roll it into a ball and it's not sticky. If your bowl's a mess, you can go ahead and transfer it into another bowl. We're just going to lightly grease it. By it, I mean the bowl. And go ahead, cover it with a towel, cover it with some saran wrap, up to you. We're going to go ahead and let this sit for about an hour or until it doubles in size. At that point, I'll bring you back. Alright y'all, so we're going to take a large pot of water and we want to take about a cup or so of baking soda and bring that to a boil. Alright y'all. Sorry for the lighting here. Our oven has preheated to 450 degrees. Our water is boiling and our dough has risen. So we're just going to roll them out. Take a little bit of dough, roll it into about a 1/2 inch size ball. I got some parchment paper here just to make life easier. Alright, I still got more dough to go, but I should have enough here for a cookie sheet, so let's move over to the oven and start getting these going. Alright, so in our boiling water, we're going to go ahead and plunk these in for about 30 seconds. Alright, after about 30 seconds, go ahead, pull them out. We got them on a baking sheet now. And you want to do this while they're still pretty wet, because as they dry, they're going to get pretty sticky. But we're going to spread them out about 1 inch apart from each other, give or take. Just give them enough room to expand. Alright y'all, so we got an egg wash. It's just 1 egg with about a tablespoon of cold water. I'm going to go ahead and brush on top of all of our pretzel bites here. Once we have an egg wash on top of all our pretzel bites, we're going to go ahead, sprinkle on some of that coarse sea salt, however much or little you'd like. Also, you know, you don't have to use sea salt here. There's other great things. You could use like some garlic powder. That'd be pretty good. You could use some everything bagel seasoning. That would probably be alright. So once we have these covered in salt, we're going to go ahead, throw them in the oven for about 13 to 15 minutes until they're golden and brown. And again, that is at 450 degrees. When mine come out, I'll bring you back. Alright y'all, my first half of them are out. We got them on a cooling rack just to cool down to a safe eating temperature. But now you can just go ahead, dip this in, you can just eat it. Or you can go ahead and, dip it in some nacho cheese sauce or, another condiment of your choice. But if you like this video, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button down below. There's a video over here that YouTube thinks you should watch. And until next time, keep on cooking on.